Okay, let's unpack this. We're diving deep into something really buzzing right now,
Yeah.
the creator economy. I mean, if you're online at all, you feel it. There are, what, over 50 million creators out there? Building audiences, businesses?
Yeah, it's huge. We're talking an industry well over $104 billion. Massive. And right at the center of it all, this massive technological shift, artificial intelligence, AI.
It's definitely creating a lot of noise, a lot of debate.
For sure. And the core question, the one we kept seeing in the research, the articles we looked at, it's pretty stark. Is AI basically the creator's new best friend? Or is it like their biggest threat?
Right, friend or foe.
And the sources, well, they don't really give a simple yes or no. It's way more complex, full of, well, fear, but also incredible potential.
And that's what we want to do in this deep dive.
Right.
Sort of navigate those arguments from the source material. Look at the evidence they present, both sides, and figure out what it means for you, whether you're enjoying content or maybe even thinking of making some yourself.
Mm-hmm. And what keeps coming up in the sources is that the outcome isn't really set in stone. It kind of depends on how creators decide to use AI.
The truth is somewhere in the middle, as usual, nuanced.
So maybe let's start with the concerns. The arguments against AI in this space, what some people are calling the replacement narrative.
Okay. What are the main worries the sources bring up?
Well, the first big one, the most immediate maybe, is this idea of just a flood of generic content. AI can pump out text, images, even audio really fast. So the worry is platforms get saturated, filled with stuff that lacks, originality, that personal spark.
Yeah, I've seen mentions of that, like AI articles that just rehash the same info or AI art that just mimics styles but doesn't feel new.
Exactly. And this isn't just some abstract idea. The sources talk about real pressure. They mention YouTube creators feeling swamped because some channels are using AI to churn out videos daily. It's hard for a human-led channel to keep up with that pace.
That speed difference is huge.
It is. Think about it. AI spits out an image in seconds. A human artist. Hours, maybe days on one piece. But does faster mean better or more valuable?
Which kind of leads to a deeper issue the sources flag, doesn't it? It's not just about the sheer amount of content, but the connection.
Right. The authenticity crisis, as it's being called. Authenticity is like the bedrock of the creator economy. People connect with real perspectives, real stories, real people.
That's why we follow who we follow.
Exactly. So the fear is, if AI gets really good at faking emotion, at mimicking storytelling, what makes the human creator special anymore? Does it devalue real creativity?
And throws up some big questions about what we actually value online.
And tied right into that is the economic fear, the jobs question, displacement.
Livelihoods.
Precisely. The sources lay out the concern. If AI can do writing, video editing, graphic design, music, what happens to the millions of people earning a living with those skills? And the material suggests entry-level creative jobs seem particularly, well, vulnerable.
Yeah, you can see why. I mean, why hire a junior copywriter for basic stuff? Or get a simple logo designed when an AI tool can generate tons of options instantly? And maybe cheaper or free.
It's a genuine challenge, especially if you're just starting out or offering services that AI can replicate easily. So that kind of sums up the case against AI from the sources: saturation, authenticity worries, and the economic threat.
Okay. That's definitely one side of the coin. But the sources also paint a really different picture. Some call it the empowerment revolution. This is where AI isn't the enemy. It's a tool, a potentially powerful one. Let's dive into that.
So how do the sources say AI empowers people?
Well, a major point is that AI actually lowers the barrier to entry. It makes creating stuff more accessible by removing some of the technical roadblocks.
Can you give an example from the sources?
Sure. Think about, like, a solo entrepreneur. Great idea, but zero budget for a design team. Now, AI tools let them create decent-looking graphics themselves. Or maybe an expert, an educator, who knows their subject inside out, but isn't a video editing whiz. AI software can help them make polished online courses.
Ah, okay.
This is where it could get really exciting for people who felt maybe shut out before because of tech skills or costs. AI could democratize the tools you see.
Makes sense. Wider access to professional-looking output.
Exactly. And it's not just about new creators. The sources really stress how established creators are using AI strategically to boost what they already do, streamline things.
So amplifying their skills, not replacing them.
That's the key idea coming through. AI is proving really good at handling the boring, repetitive stuff that eats up time. The sources mentioned things like automatically cutting ums and ahs from podcasts, generating lots of thumbnail options for videos, or even writing those first rough drafts of scripts or posts.
Right, the grunt work.
Yeah. And freeing up that time lets creators focus on what really matters, right? The strategy, their unique voice, actually connecting with their audience.
Ah, so it becomes a productivity multiplier.
Precisely. The sources suggest creators using AI smartly can boost their output without losing that quality or authenticity their audience loves. Maybe a YouTuber uses AI for a basic outline, but then pours their energy into the personal stories, the unique angle, the delivery.
Or a course creator uses AI for the structure, but then they add the real expertise, their teaching style, the specific examples that make it valuable.
Yeah, the AI does the scaffolding, the human builds the really important stuff on top.
So one person can achieve what might have taken a team before.
Right, so it's not just automation, it's about unlocking new possibilities, new scale.
And we're seeing this already, right? The sources had real-world examples.
Absolutely, like educational creators using AI to whip up detailed course outlines super fast, which means they can spend more time adding those personal insights, case studies, the stuff that makes their course stand out.
Or podcasters. Using AI for things like show notes, transcriptions, those little audiogram clips for social media, tasks that used to take ages.
Yeah, all that production stuff. Offloading it lets them focus more on finding great guests, asking better questions, building that community connection.
And all these examples seem to point to one core finding in the sources.
The hybrid approach.
Exactly. The most successful creators aren't going fully AI or staying totally manual. They're blending. Using AI for specific tasks, brainstorming, first drafts, repetitive stuff, but keeping human control over the big picture, the strategy, the personalization, the final quality check, that human touch.
That hybrid model really changes the game in terms of skills needed, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. The sources suggest the role itself is evolving. Less pure maker, more curator, editor, strategist.
And there's this new skill popping up in the sources, prompt engineering.
Right. Which isn't about coding, really. It's about learning to talk to the AI effectively, how to ask the right questions, frame requests to get the specific creative output you need.
Like collaborating with a very literal, very fast assistant.
Yeah, mastering that seems like a real advantage now.
But going back to that authenticity point, the sources keep hammering home the need for the human touch. People still crave that real connection, personal stories, actual expertise.
AI can't replicate that genuine human element. Not really. And creators who lean into their uniqueness, their humanity, they'll likely stand out more.
And the market seems to back this up, according to the sources.
Right. At the end of the day, audiences decide what they value. They vote with their time and attention. And the sources suggest that, currently anyway, human-made content drives deeper engagement, builds stronger loyalty.
So maybe the best lens to view AI through, based on this material, is just as a tool. A very powerful one, but still a tool.
I think that's a key takeaway. Like the printing press, it didn't kill writing. It just changed how writing was done, how it spread. AI isn't necessarily wiping out creators. It's changing the how content gets made, how it scales.
And those who adapt, who learn to use this new tool effectively.
They get a serious edge, a competitive advantage.
So let's get practical. How are creators actually using AI right now, according to the sources? What does it look like day to day?
Well, lots of ways. Content planning is a big one. Ideation, using AI to brainstorm topics, get different angles, beat writer's block, even structuring content calendars.
Makes sense. And workflow optimization.
Huge! Automating those repetitive bits, scheduling social posts, writing SEO descriptions, the text that helps Google find your stuff, thumbnail variations, even basic customer service with chatbots.
Frees up a lot of time.
Definitely. And then there's quality enhancement, using AI to polish work.
Like suggesting better headlines, checking grammar, style.
Yeah, all that. Optimizing for different platforms, even analyzing audience data to see what's working.
Okay, so looking forward then. The sources seem to suggest coexistence, not like a battle to the death between humans and AI.
That seems to be the direction. Platforms themselves are adapting. They're figuring out how to detect AI content, sure, but they're also building AI tools into their systems for creators to help them.
So supporting human creators with AI rather than replacing them.
That seems to be the trend. It suggests AI becomes part of the ecosystem.
And audiences. As we all get more used to AI, we'll get better at spotting the difference, right? Maybe value the human stuff even more.
That's a strong possibility raised in the sources. As AI gets common, that authentic human creativity, the unique perspective, the vulnerability, that could become even more valuable, a real differentiator.
Creates an opportunity then for creators who double down on being human.
Exactly. And interestingly, AI expertise itself is becoming a thing, a new way to earn. The sources mention creators teaching AI skills, consulting for businesses on how to use it, even building AI-powered tools or services for their own audiences.
Wow. Okay, so let's try and synthesize this. Pulling it all together from the sources, friend or foe? What's the verdict?
Well, it seems AI is neither inherently. It's
Right.
fundamentally a tool. Its impact really boils down to how creators choose to use it.
And the sources give us a pretty clear picture of the creators who are likely to do well in this new era. They're the ones
Who see AI as an enhancer, right? A way to augment their abilities, not replace their core creativity.
who stay laser focused on that authentic human connection, their unique voice, building real community, stuff AI can't fake.
Who are willing to constantly learn, adapt, keep up with the tools as they change. Lifelong learning, basically.
Who smartly hand off the mundane tasks to AI so they can pour their energy into the high-value creative work that makes them unique.
And, crucially, who really understand their audience, what they want, what they value, and use that to guide everything, including how they use AI.
So the sources kind of reframe it, don't they? It's not humans versus machines.
It's more like humans with machines potentially doing it better than humans without them. Adaptation is key. It's not really optional anymore if you want to succeed.
So takeaway is AI is here. It's already changing the creator economy landscape. The big question for you, listening now, is how you'll engage with this change.
Yeah. And the sources leave us with this really interesting thought. The future here isn't just about creation. It's shifting towards augmentation, amplification, evolution.
For those ready to embrace that strategically, using AI smartly, the opportunities could actually be bigger than ever.
So the final thought to leave you with is, what aspect of augmentation or amplification could you explore in your own work, or even just in how you engage with content?